Gamers, it is time. Long have you waited. It's been 2 years since the last Hobbit speedrunning tournament, and we're finally back with the Hasty Hobbits Elimination Tournament. And it's going to be a good one. This is going to be the biggest Hobbit speedrunning tournament we've had. Not that we've had that many, but it is still quite large. It is also simultaneously going to be featuring the biggest Hobbit races we have ever seen, having 19 people signed up right now. And we're running an elimination format. What that means is we're going to be running back-to-back races. If anyone asks in chat, you can type !format and you'll see more information. But it means back-to-back races, everyone is playing. And those who finish last are eliminated. That's right, the last few people per round are going to be eliminated until only one player stands who will be the winner of the event. Over on the right side of the screen right now, you see a little table. We used to have 20 entrants, one person dropped out, but for example, in round 1, the last 4 players, well, it was 4, now it's 3. The last 3 players to finish will be eliminated. So this is going to be a format that highly values consistency and stamina, because if you make it all the way, you're going to be playing a lot of rounds. It's going to be interesting to see how some of the newer runners stack up against the older runners, and how some of the faster runners stack up against some of the wiser runners with more backup strategies, more game knowledge. You never know. We have the best of the best signing up right now. You can see the remaining player list for yourself there. You're probably able to pick out a couple names already. But people like Shocky, Seedly, and Zarek are currently top 4 runners. And they're all extremely close in time. Shocky sitting at a PB of 11:48. Seedly sitting at 11:50. And Zarek, was it an 11:57 or was it an 11:58? Let me double check for myself. It was an 11:57, so very close. But not just them. We also have a ton of players sitting around the 13-minute mark for their PBs, so who will really know what happens? Maybe one of the better players will be going out like a buster. It's a different format. I haven't tried this yet, and I'm excited to try it. But I'm also nervous. Here's a fair disclaimer. I am running this tournament alone. And it got a little out of hand in scope and scale. I am hosting, organizing, streaming, commentating all at the same time. So if there's little bumps in the road, I ask you to be understanding. Not everything might be going as well as it might seem from the production, but I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try everything. I'm going to try to do everything by the book. All right. So that also means that during the commentary, I'll also be instructing the players and all that, so there might be some downtime where you won't hear me speak. Now, if there's anything wrong with the stream or anything you notice, please tell me as soon as possible, because it is just me and I'm juggling a lot of things right now, so I might not always catch it. Make sure to be vocal if you notice an issue. Alright, I'm gonna go check if all the players are ready here for a second. Let's, give me a while. Let's see if everyone's attending. Okay, chat. Everyone is ready. It took a bit to set everyone up, but we're there, and we're gonna get started. I'm gonna count down the racers now. Racers, the countdown will begin now. 3, 2, 1, go. Holy... That's crazy to see. That is crazy to see. Okay, the setup was a little rocky, not unexpected, but we got there. I hope you guys all happened to, all managed. Oh, God. Oh, God. So, we have all these people running at the same time, and we're already seeing some Dreamworld misses. Looks like the majority actually missed it, which is unfortunate, but... Oh, Seedly is in trouble here. We're only seeing a few people enjoying the green of an unexpected party. So that's the interesting part. Your backups and everything are going to matter so much. Your consistency, your execution, all of it is going to matter a lot. But the important note is that your goal isn't to be first. Your goal is not to be last, for if you become last, you will be eliminated. For this round specifically, it will be the last 3 racers to finish who are eliminated from the tournament. And we see, rightfully so, Shocky is in the lead, with Red Ring and Laudim close behind. Seedly surprisingly falling behind. In order of PBs, Shocky right now is 2nd in the world, only behind me, humble brag. And Seedly is the 3rd. So Seedly not exactly living up to his reputation yet, nor is Zarek, who is currently 4th in the world. Those 3 racers are very close together in their personal best, so they're definitely ones to keep an eye on. And Shocky being the first to enter Overhill and Underhill, it looks like. So this is going to be overwhelming, but I'm going to be moving the center of attention to the bigger screens when it is practical to do so. Right now, I think it makes sense for us to keep an eye on the top, so the top are moved up top. Although, I might be shuffling it around if someone falls far behind. Now, we do have a slight disconnection here from Sheikah. That was happening during setup. Hopefully, it automatically reconnects in a second here. Let me just check. Unfortunately, not everyone has the luxury of having too stable of an internet connection, but it's going to be alright, chat. It's going to be alright. Looks like a lot of people actually managed to make it to Overhill, not as much getting stuck as I had thought. It is unfortunate that I'm seeing Naho stuck in Trollhole. Trollhole, I didn't get a chance to talk about it because there was so much going on, but Trollhole is a major spot for trouble. That boost, every time you try it, you get 1 attempt and then it's a 10-second wait. And if you're having a little bit of trouble like Nao is right now, that's going to set you back a long time. So Nao is definitely not our worst runner today, but definitely not a good start for him. There's still a lot of race left though, so don't get it twisted. Nothing is decided. These runners must be feeling nervous right now. Nobody wants to go out round 1, but there are so many varying levels of skill in this tournament. Oh, Zarek actually got bouldered there on the right. That is a huge setback. He's going to be set back to maybe Pillar Skip. Okay, he did save on Pillar Skip. Seedly dead there too. Did he save on Pillar Skip? Oh my goodness gracious. It's falling apart. These gamers are saving on Pillar Skip though, so that's a very important point of this tournament, is your strategy with saves. Saving is not too costly in races, but you definitely don't want to be losing too much time on it. But one like Overhill Pillar Skip there is actually one that's right on the way, so it makes a lot of sense for these runners to be picking it up. Laudim in the top right, you'll see, has picked up the Bean Island save, which is another trick that can set you back a good while if you miss it. Looks like everyone is still in Overhill, but Shocky might be about to exit. Shocky might just be about to exit. And Riddles in the Dark. Now keep an eye on Shocky. There is a new strategy here at the start of Riddles in the Dark, which makes no sense to do in a race. But maybe if he's feeling himself. No, he's not going for it. He's not going for it. That's good. That's good. I wouldn't recommend going for it in a race. Now, we are having a lot of tech trouble for Sheikah's stream, unfortunately, still. That's the one that's missing in the rough center there. So, if that doesn't come back soon, we might be looking at an automatic elimination there, which is unfortunate, but that's just the way things would go. We'll see, though, if he manages to reconnect here. Meanwhile, all the other runners, Laudim, Cairo, Sanj, are also now in Riddles. Laudim is doing really good for himself. Actually, Laudim is not our top seed, but he is a very good runner. A newer runner, for sure. Oh yeah, we see a lot of people going for... Well, not yet, but we see Shocky going for the invisible minecart, which is a strategy that's pretty significant in time save, but one that you might not opt for in a tournament due to its pretty tricky nature. But like I was saying, Laudim is not the best runner, but he's relatively new and has been working his way up big time. His PB is now sitting at a 13:22, which puts him at our 7th best PB in the tournament. And right now, it looks like he's in 2nd place of this race. running ahead of some absolute titans like Seedly and Zarek, so that's very good for himself. But Laudem does look to be having some trouble with minecart skip there. That's actually kind of awkward for him because minecart, invisible minecart, let's move him over to slot 2 here. Invisible minecart is a trick where you're kind of cycle dependent because you are, once you enter this minecart, you're weaving between some invisible minecarts that you cannot see. That can kill you if you don't know where you are in this cycle. Oh, that is unfortunate for Laudem. But that was not too surprising given that he had messed up some of his movement. He didn't save too far back, so it's not the end of the world. But this does give the competition room to catch up, with Zarek now entering the invisible minecart, Cairo also doing the same. I think Cairo is deserving a spot at the top soon. Let's see, I don't know if I can fit Cairo in here. There's too much good gameplay. I got Cairo is another one to keep an eye on. Okay, who else did we just have drop out? Help me out here, chat. Who was that in the bottom middle? Oh, looks like someone's coming back. God, this is a lot to handle, chat. I'm trying to be professional about it. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot going on. Okay, looks like Sheikah is reconnecting here. I'm not... Okay, I got a little lost in the sauce there. I'm gonna have to be honest, trying to fix stuff in the meantime. I don't know who we're missing. Is unfortunate. Is that a first try barrels from... Oh! I spoke too soon. I don't even know if it would have been first try. Oh god, is Sisters soft locked? Oh my goodness, no, Sisters was just falling out of bounds. There is so much going on, chat. I recommend, if you're watching this, I recommend you pick someone who you like their sound of, or that you might know, and you kind of focus on their stream alone. Now, I'm gonna have to leave you in the dark for a little bit, as I really gotta figure out who we're missing. Good heavens, there's too many people to go through. I think it is Maxi we're missing. No, we're not missing Maxi. Maxi's there. Is it not Naho? It is Naho. Goodness. Okay. Okay. Okay, chat, we got it figured out. We got it figured out. Shocky on Inside Info. Shocky's actually kind of pacing. Well, not actually pacing, but in tournament first round, Listen, Shocky is my boy. Shocky is incredibly skilled. But he's not the most prepared for this tournament. Some of these other runners have been putting in a lot of hours. So seeing Shocky front run, not too surprising, but there was doubt up in the air. Shocky's my boy. I cannot deny it. Okay, let me catch up here. what have I been missing? Now, it looks like Red Ring is still in Riddles. That's surprising. Red Ring is in a bottom spot. Red Ring is one of our better runners today. I don't know what happened to him. That would be a huge upset if Red Ring were to go out early. Let me pull up my data here. Yeah, Red Ring is our 5th top 5 when it comes to entrance with a 13-14 PB. So that is tough. But remember, 3 last people are going to be eliminated, and for those who are still behind at this point, there is still a lot of game to go. You might be seeing these people in Inside Info kind of killing it right now. But that is not where the race ends. The race ends when the final few push the barrel off the edge. Now, it looks like Seedly is making a decent comeback. He had a rough start, but he'll be entering, well, if he hits Inside Info here. Actually interesting, Inside Info hasn't been looking too bad for these top runners, but Inside Info has been an issue, and there it is, Seedly misses it. That's what I'm talking about. Inside Info has been catching a lot of people off guard. In prep for this tournament, a lot of people came back. Before the tournament was announced, the game was a little dead, I won't lie to you. But coming back, so many people derusting, and Inside Info has been an issue for a lot of people, and Seedly fell victim to it just now. Shocky is absolutely killing it. Sanj is killing it too. Sanj is... Ooh, Seedly with another miss. Sanj is over in Inside Info. I think we gotta give Sanj a slot this time. Cairo also. Let's put Cairo up on the big screen. I'm sorry, Seedly, but we can only watch you fail Inside Info so many times. I'm sorry, I'm toxic. Zarek going for wall walk. That's a trick that has a risk of soft locking, so it's a little debatable in a tournament, but he does ace it. And I don't know if he has a soft locking strategy either way. I'm not sure what saves he has been picking up along the way. And there we have Shocky, a finish 13:06. Huge. Huge. That is our first finish for today. And I don't think we'll need to keep watching Shocky now. So let's move him to a back spot. But very well played. Living up to his name. He was the world record holder up until very recently, and he had been for a while. And rightfully so, I tell you, rightfully so. Now, who should we give Shocky's tournament spot to? Or rather... Well, I didn't mean to pick Saucy, but it's Saucy. So Shocky's safe. Good for him. His reported time was actually a 13:01. Didn't play it too risky, yet very, very clean. Zarek also finishing around 14 minutes. Very good for him. Beating... Where is Seedly? Yeah, Seedly is still a little behind. Probably not going to be a first finisher here. That is interesting to see. Let's give it to Laudem. We're still seeing a couple people that aren't too far ahead. Red Ring is still clawing his way back, it looks. In a warm welcome, not as far back as he was before. We have 3 people floating in the water right now. Sanj also having finished. Nice. Very good. Let me find him here. I won't lie to you, chat. Production-wise, I'm definitely noticing something I can figure out better next time, and that is managing all these runs on the screen. Managing all these runs is a challenge, I tell you. I'm gonna put Red Ring up on the big screen. Because Red Ring would be an upset, but he has been clawing his way back. He's likely not to be last, that's for sure. Well, that's not even for sure, but it was up in the air for a little while. That is certain. Maxi here is one of, actually, one of the more I feel like questionable is a weird word to use, but Maxi hasn't interacted with the community a whole lot. Rather, I had not heard of Maxi before making this tournament. It seems he and his brother, who's also in the tournament, Shika131, were kind of underground runners. They hadn't interacted with the community, but they had been speedrunning on their own time. So they're interesting in a sense that you have these two brothers playing the game, and nobody really knows them. Nobody knows their strategies. Looks like we have a finish from Hector as well. Very nice. Now what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start hiding the runners who have finished. So we have a little more visibility here. Lee has also finished. Not exactly sure when that happened. Lodin finished. Okay, I believe... Oh, Sanj too. Where is Sanj? Okay, so these are remaining runners. Let me move some more people over. Guys, the production of this is tough. I wish I could lie to you about it and say that it's easy, but it's a lot to juggle. It'll get easier as people get eliminated though. Toxic as it may sound, we have a finish from Hark as well. Now, who are we looking at that might be an upset here? I'm seeing Geek, Red Ring. Red Ring has been clawing his way back. Now, let me remind you that the last 3 of these gamers are going to be the one who are eliminated. So that's where you're aiming for. You're aiming not to be bottom 3. And Red Ring looks pretty safe right now. He no longer looks to be in upset territories. Neither does Nao. Nao did have some technical issues, causing a little bit of a setback. Frogminer actually being on TCB is interesting, as Frogminer is one of our... Frogminer didn't have a PB posted before this. So, if they are to advance to round 2, that would be an interesting one for sure. Geek is also interesting. Geek is a previous world record holder in ages long ago. Now, poking a bit of fun there, but when it came to PC speedruns, when they were a little newer, Geek was at the forefront. But he's not the most up-to-date runner today. Not super active anymore, but did come out for this tournament, which is interesting. So I'm glad to see, well, at least it doesn't look like he's going to be dropping out early this time. Maxi is having a lot of trouble with barrels, though. Barrels is a rough one, and the strategies have evolved a little bit within the community. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to look... We have a... We're sisters. We have a Red Ring finish, a GG Red Ring. Sisters is another interesting one. Sisters is a pretty high-ranking speedrunner, but not the newest. And has definitely not been too active recently. As a matter of fact, I think she was kind of bragging about how little prep she did for the tournament, so we're only going to have to see how that turns out. We can only see. Now, in my heart, I'm kind of rooting for Elberson. Elberson has been a long-time chatter of mine, but it's looking rough, and I think we have to face the music here. Elberson still on a warm welcome, Sheikah on a warm welcome, Maxi stuck in barrels. Those might be our bottom 3 going out. That might be. We'll see, though. We will have to see. Looks like Frogminer, Nao, and Sisters, they're pretty close, but Nao is probably going to be our next finish. There's really not much that can go wrong at this point in the game, unless you do the risky Clouds Burst ending, which I see no reason for any of these players to do. No reason at all. Naho finish. Good heavens. Good heavens, chat. Frogminer also coming up on the finish. The issue in my setup is it's kind of hard to tell who has already finished and who hasn't. Because the hidden streams are still showing for me. There you go. Hide now. Frogminer finished. That is big. Big for them. They were definitely a questionable one. Obviously not meant in a mean way, but they haven't submitted a run. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure how much they've even been running the game, so them advancing to round 2. We call that large. Maxi is looking awfully stuck on barrels. It is kind of a mood. Sisters finish still in rough though. I can't lie. That is an underperformance from Sisters, but she did not do a whole lot of derusting, as I have been made aware, so. Okay, let's see if we can move some people over here. What is it looking like? Debit and Saucy are in the Cloud's Burst. So they are looking relatively safe, and that will leave us with our final 3, actually. Let me find these as soon as I can. God, this stream layout chat. I can't wait to be in the later rounds so I can manage this. Oh, goodness. We'll get to catch the ending for Debit. Saucy. Saucy, get in slot 3, man. That is a Debit finish. That means whoever finishes next is making it in. And whoever does not is out. This is deciding. And it looks like it's going to be Saucy. Sheikah is entering the Cloud's Burst, though. Alberson, still far behind, did make it out of barrels, but at this point, the gap is big. Actually, Alberson was in a warm welcome. Maxi was the one stuck on barrels. I'm not sure what Alberson has been up to. There is not much that can go wrong for Saucy at this point. There is not much. Can I find Sheikah? Yes, I can. It comes down to these two, who advances. If Alberson, if Saucy or Sheikah finishes right now, they will be the one going through, and the last 3 on the screen will be eliminated from the tournament. And the video feed is a bit laggy, but I can tell you that where Saucy is now, there is not a lot that can go wrong. There is not much that can go wrong, and I am assuming he has hit the barrel at this point. Oh, there he goes. That is it. Our last 3 have been decided. Going out will be Sheikah, Maxi, and Alberson. Let me go inform the run. Alright, the runners have been informed. Now those who will be advancing will be taking a quick break, and I will allow the rest to continue their runs. At least until we're gonna get ready to move into round 2. Unfortunately, once round 2 is ready, I will be cutting off the rest of the runners. That is not in any mean way, but the show must go on. But a GG to those who lived. GG to those of you that made it through. It was a sloppy one from all sides, including the production. And I wish I could have been keeping up with chat, but there's so much to balance. It's gonna get easier, fortunately. We have 3 eliminations this round, so lucky me, I only get to manage 16 people. Sheikah does finish, but unfortunately it is too late. GG on them, though. Thank you for coming out. It is much appreciated. It is great to have seen so many faces from different parts of the community, different parts of the world, different slices of life. Okay, chat. While we have this time before the next round, kind of the downtime, I want to ask you, did you have any notable issues during this run? Was there anything within my power that I could fix? And I do want to tell you my power is a little limited because I am a little overwhelmed, but I hope you can enjoy it regardless. But if there's anything important that you think would be a quick fix, please let me know. Did pretty good. We'll take pretty good. MK face cam. There is no room in my setup for a face cam, I'm afraid. Okay, let's see here. Alberson is about to finish, and that will put Maxi in last. Now that is not a bad thing. People are coming here out for sport, but they're also coming out here for just having a good time. And you know what? I hope they had a good time, because them being there gave us a better time. So even though you may not be going to the next round, Alberson, Sheikah, Maxi, thank you for coming out. You are much appreciated. Now, unfortunately, I will be cutting off the player feeds here and be updating the list. Now, for the remaining players, we're going to be taking out Maxi, Sheikah, and Alberson. It was inevitable. Somebody had to lose. But I appreciate them coming out. Are you nervous? You should be, man. It's a stiff competition. If it makes you feel better, I am nervous. I'm breaking down over all the things I'm trying to manage here. Alright, let me go into studio mode here and update the race view while I'm at it. So the next round will be round 2, which will have 4 eliminations. You might be wondering why round 1 only had 1 or 3 eliminations and why round 2 then has 4. That's because round 1 was meant to have 4 eliminations, but we had 1 player drop out, which happens. But the way to adjust for that was just to make the first round a little more generous, which was lucky for Saucy, I believe, this time, who would have gotten eliminated otherwise.